It's Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From Bloomberg, Naira plunges 31%, brings currency closer to Nigeria street rate. Nigeria's currency, the Naira, has dropped to a record low value against the US dollar after a change in the way exchange rates are determined went into effect. This is the second devaluation of the Naira in just 7 months, and it lowers the currency's value by nearly a third, down to just over 1,400 Naira to $1. This change brings the Naira's official value closer to its street value of around 1,450 to $1, and the idea is to reduce volatility related to low dollar liquidity in the country, while at the same time controlling exchange market fluctuations and increasing transparency to ease some of the damage caused to local and global perception of the Naira. From the New York Times, House panel approves impeachment charges against Mayorkas. The Republican majority of the House Homeland Security Committee has voted along party lines and without evidence to recommend that the House impeach the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas, for his handling of security at the border between the U.S. and Mexico. This is generally being seen as a means by which House Republicans can paint Biden's administration as being soft on border security, at a moment in which the White House has indicated it supports a new set of Republican-proposed immigration policies that would give Biden the power to shut the border down when the number of people trying to cross it grows to unmanageable levels. Former President Trump has been pressuring congressional Republicans not to support these policies, despite their having called for them, so he can continue to use the issue of immigration during the run-up to November's election. And though this proposed impeachment is unlikely to make it past the Democrat-controlled Senate, it could still represent a symbolic victory for Republicans during that same election lead-up. And from High Country News, Alaska is short on gravel and long on development projects. Though rich in other natural resources, the U.S. state of Alaska lacks sufficient stores of gravel, which is necessary for all sorts of construction projects. Gravel has always been in relatively short supply in Alaska, especially in far-flung, remote parts of the state. But the need for this fundamental construction material has been increasing as climate change has tweaked the nature of some of these regions, their infrastructure needing to be stabilized as frozen ground melts, and seawalls needing to be erected to protect coastal areas from erosion. The cost of importing gravel to where it's most necessary, though, is also growing. A cubic yard of aggregate gravel, which is the kind used for construction projects, can go for upwards of $800 in some rural regions, while the same sells for a mere $15 in well-connected cities like Anchorage. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.